Forza Horizon 6 is on the horizon. No pun intended. Another game that future in Japan. Japan is like one of those hot destinations that you want to be in. And then when it comes down to the car culture, Japan really is that culture. Like those cars, that Japan custom vehicles is a reason why we want to create and have those same type of vehicles, bro. Like they do such a great job with them customs, and people go pick those customs up from Japan. Japan is a place to be when it comes down to vehicles. So it's just well fitting for this. And also, you know, this was once an Xbox exclusive, but the Sony ponies, we got them. So let's go ahead and check out IGN first preview, with a pre-release preview of the build of Horizon, Forza Horizon 6. And let's see, because I think I might actually get this one, bro, because, you know, it's Japan, bro. That's my spot.
There is something magical about being unleashed upon a Forza Horizon map for the first time. I'm restricted from showing you the first few minutes of my hands-on with Forza Horizon 6, and I think that's more than fair enough. I'm hesitant to even describe it, since
bro.
The carefully curated opening drive of a Horizon game is really something best experienced for yourself without any spoilers. I can, however, show you anything and everything I did after I'd passed the prologue, and I've been doing plenty. Alongside establishing that the preview build was locked to the 30 FPS quality mode and that the 60 FPS performance mode will be available in the full game at launch, the preview documentation Playground supplied to us explained this preview was good for around an hour of linear play. It would, however, subsequently support as much free roaming as we saw fit. On my first day, I played through that hour, and then another, and then another, until it was suddenly well after midnight.
350Z.
The following morning, I dove straight back in and played all day again. If the preview didn't have a cutoff time, I can guarantee you I'd still be playing it now. Not bad for a build with just a tiny sliver of the 550 cars coming on day one, and barely a handful of actual racing events.
Now this gonna be like, I'm thinking like once it's dropped, this probably gonna be the time I'm gonna actually get the steering wheel, bro. Like the steering wheel was like one of the accessories that I always wanted, but I just never purchased it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my hands on that. Hopefully it's compatible for it. It should be compatible. It should be, but yeah. And then if so, I might have to get it for PC because I don't know if I want it for a PlayStation.
Our Forza Horizon 6 preview contained 3 race events: a cross-country, a road race, and a trail race, as well as a smattering of familiar Horizon PR stunts, several of which were drift zones set on what are easily already amongst the best ribbons of switchback-filled roads in the whole series.
Man. Dang.
The races were in service of earning the right to qualify.
Hey, that's good though. That's good that he said that.
Which will be our pathway into
best
the
in the series
proper in the final game, although the Invitational itself was not part of this preview build. As previously discussed, Forza Horizon 6 is returning to the tiered wristband structure of the original Forza Horizon.
Honestly, I think this is actually the best entry. Like, so now that I think about it, they actually bring back something that people was asking for. And I think this is actually like the best time to enter the series. And then this guy already saying like this best from 5. This is like the best one. So Japan, 550 cars at the start, like day one. They bring back stuff that they really had like. This a plus, man, for sure.
I like the presence of race marshals and other festival infrastructure at the staging area for races. There's a level of credibility this sort of thing injects into the atmosphere, which helps the festival itself feel like it's a big operation run by actual people, and that there's more to it than just icons, menus, and loading screens. I will say
But get out! Get out, bro.
Break it down!
initial trio of cars has left me a little curious. That said, I'm not completely sure whether or not the selection itself is reflective of exactly what we'll see again in the full version of the game next month, or whether this was some kind of compromise for now that's bespoke to this preview build only. I honestly don't mind that they come carrying modifications already before you even slip behind the wheel. That is, it's probably more authentic.
But it looks so good, bro. This game looks so good.
Would have had some work done for the previous owner. Actual, unadulterated bone stock survivor cars are arguably far rarer prospects in this context. What has tripped me up, however, is the slightly odd spotlight on the distinctly American GMC Jimmy. As a car dork, that's a bit too random for me, especially when Japan is already home to some of the most iconic off-roaders ever made. There were differences in the cars featured in the footage from Playground you saw during our March IGN First, compared to some of the cars I saw in these situations while visiting the actual studio itself in February, so it is perhaps possible that it's still a placeholder at this point. For now, it's just a little weird that this isn't, say, a Nissan Safari or a Toyota FJ40.
I mean, that's not bad. I mean,
for
bro,
someone
they
who
got
spent hundreds of hours in each Forza Horizon dating back to the series' 2012 debut, the events themselves feel quite typical of Forza Horizon's robust and reliable brand of racing. The racing is good, which is what I expected, although I'll concede I didn't feel compelled to replay them during my limited time with this build. What truly hooked me was cruising the world. I just can't get enough of it.
Yep, they did good for scaling.
Map is a showstopper.
That's
my glimpse of it during our February visit to Playground
man.
Games gave me a hint of the scope and contrast the studio's vision of Japan was gonna offer, but in retrospect, the corridor of the map I was ultimately privy to at that time barely scratched the surface. I've always been an absolute sucker for that authentic feeling of digital tourism that a truly high-quality open world is able to provide, and Forza Horizon 6 is absolutely oozing with it. My initial reluctance to comb through the map too thoroughly before the full game arrives next month was rapidly overridden by just how successfully the world of Forza Horizon 6 immersed me into its Japanese driving fantasy. I found myself constantly compelled to explore and discover, with every new road bringing with it something eye-catching and interesting. I've loved visiting the local race circuits dotted all over the map. Only one was an active time attack location in the preview build, but all of them could be explored and driven on, including an unsealed dirt circuit and a dedicated drift track. Despite my general reluctance these days to get too drawn into any competitive back and forth in games I typically play to relax, I guess I did get an appropriate enough kick out of finding a way onto the leaderboard at the time.
Okay.
However, more broadly, I just liked being at them. I love their rural grassroots motorsport feel, and I can't wait to spend so much more time at them with my friends and my sons. They just have so much charm and character in their worn curbs, cluttered pit areas, and piles of hastily painted safety
once I get that
tire
steering wheel,
bundles
my
make them
son
feel
definitely
like
gonna be wanting
authentic
to play this.
places with real history. I've loved going for long drives through the countryside to observe how the surroundings change. I can confidently say already that Forza Horizon 6 is far and away the most beautiful Horizon game to date.
It looks that way just
Driving
by
up
looking
to
at
the
the preview.
Japan Alps, the gradual blend of increasing amounts of snow on the ground is gorgeous, and I love the vivid contrast between the lush green grass and the beaming white snow shining in the sunlight. Ascending along stretches of mountain road, portions of which have been completely carpeted in blossom petals, was consistently stunning. discovering shrines tucked away up quiet forest roads, or exploring skinny tracks that aren't even marked as one of the game's 662 discoverable roads has been fascinating. I've loved looking for complex
just love
drift
that
lines,
body
the
of the
huge
370Z,
docks, snaking around the massive stacks of containers and machinery, and then doing it again. And again. And again. I've spent a potentially inordinate amount of time scouring for car parks, and the verdict is they're everywhere. Car parks at the racetracks and tucked away on side streets. Tiny little parking lots hidden beneath overpasses, and a massive multi-story monstrosity down at the docks, complete with curved ramps for fulfilling all your Tokyo Drift fantasies. Right now, I was only ever discovering these solo, but I can't wait until all of these become personal places to meet up with friends for impromptu car meets or set-off points for convoys. Combined with the seemingly equally high prevalence of petrol stations, I think people who will be really looking to immerse themselves into Forza Horizon 6 in a proper role-playing capacity are going to be particularly excited. Perhaps above all, I've loved hooning around Tokyo City itself. The density and verticality of this space is unlike any other city Playground has made. And I can see myself playing entire sessions of Forza Horizon 6 without leaving the limits of the city itself, and that is absolutely not something you could say about any previous Horizon game. It is colourful, it is detailed, and it is so varied, from the engineering spectacle of multi-level bridges and overpasses upon overpasses, to the tight and quaint alleyways webbed across the downtown district.
You found a mascot.
And yes, I've loved getting goofy. While I thought perhaps the Shinkansen might operate in its own little sealed-off instance, I can report it definitely does not. So if you too want to get hit by a bullet train, you have just over a month to wait. For more on Forza Horizon 6, check out the extensive developer interviews we published throughout our March IGN First.
Yeah, yeah, man. Oh yeah, there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something to get to have fun with. You cannot go wrong with the Japan. The scenery of this game looks beautiful, bro. You can't. It's really ain't too much to say, man. I just can't wait till we get our hands on it. I haven't played this series at all. I don't think I might have had played maybe like 2 or 3, but I haven't touched a racing game. Matter of fact, the last racing game that I played was freaking Need for Speed Unbound. So getting my hands on something new like this, I'm definitely gonna enjoy it. Just playing and go through Japan, drive around. It's just a place to be. But guys, make sure y'all check out my next video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.